Hey guys, welcome to another shared news from home. Today we are live to talk about Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's divorce. It is truly the end of an era. But before we get started, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. As always, I'm your host, Fiona Zaring, and today I'm joined by the wonderful Mariah Davis. If you are joining us live, be sure to send us your thoughts and any questions you have in the chat. We're going to be taking comments from both YouTube and Twitter, so follow us at Shared News, and we'll try to get to as many of them as we can before the end of the show. All right, Mariah, let's get started because this is absolutely wild news. There has, of course, been speculation for months now that this is where we were heading. Kim and Kanye have been living separate lives for some time, but nonetheless, you guys, this is, of course, such sad news. It's been 7 years of marriage, and Kim officially filed for divorce today. TMZ broke the news, and their sources say that it is as amicable as a divorce can be. A source actually told another outlet, quote, Kim filing for divorce from Kanye is just a formal part of the process. The couple has been done for a while and have been amicable for a while. At the end of the day, they love each other immensely, but knew it was time to call it quits. That source went on to reiterate that their children are, of course, a main priority. So Mariah, with all of this, I just want to know, were you surprised by this? How did you feel today? I know I got like a news alert on my phone and was just like, oh my goodness.
It's major news, but I wasn't necessarily surprised by this or their separation in general. We've seen celebrities struggle to make it work many times, and though we always hope that they end up having a long and happy marriage, I feel like the spotlight mixed in with everyday life and obstacles in a marriage can a lot of times just lead to two people going their separate ways. I feel like over the years, they've made the most out of challenging situations. And at the end of the day, they're just two people who are trying to move on and do what's best for them, for their family and for themselves.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think their marriage struggles really kind of took center stage at the height of Kanye's recent erratic behavior. Just to go back down memory lane a little bit, you guys, his sort of like the best way I could say it is public outbursts began last July after he announced his controversial bid for president of the United States, which I don't think any of us have forgotten. He then sort of proceeded to divulge just deeply personal details about his family and his marriage while he was on the campaign trail and, of course, on Twitter. His behavior at the time prompted Kim to address his bipolar disorder diagnosis in a very rare public statement. At the time, she asked fans for compassion and, of course, acknowledged their quote, complicated and painful situation. There, of course, were many ups and downs that sort of played out in the public eye since then. You know, when Kim traveled to Wyoming, when the family jetted off for a vacation, lots of different source statements, lots of different, insider reports. But this is something that we've sort of been aware of for quite some time, that they've been living separate lives. And really, we're just in two separate places. So, Mariah, I'm curious for your take on sort of their journey to get to where they are right now.
I mean, obviously, as an outsider and someone who hasn't really followed too closely along with their relationship, it just seems like they have done better apart than they have
Mm-hmm.
together. And maybe that's why they've spent so much time in different places. I mean, obviously, it's a very personal matter, very close to the family. So we'll never know the ins and outs of what went wrong, or what really got them to where they are now. But just from the little bits that I've seen over the years, especially, someone being in Wyoming and someone staying home in LA or what have you, it seems like they've spent more time apart than they have together. So I almost feel like that was purposely done because they thought that might be what was needed to maybe save their marriage. I'm not sure, but I don't think we'll ever really have the answers to that, which I'm okay with because when it comes to something of a family matter, it's really, at the end of the day, none of our business.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It has struck me. I mean, we've had that huge ranch in Wyoming. Of course, they have such a setup in California as well. They have such a large family, but it is interesting when you kind of just take a step back and look at the lives that they were leading for such a long time, very openly. They were very separate. I think there's a lot of love between the two of them. I think there's also a lot of respect there, despite some of the, drama that played out in the public eye. It just, maybe they're not meant to be a married unit right now, right? Maybe
Yeah.
that's just sort of where their journey took them. But as far as the official details of the divorce, we actually do have some, court documents can shed some light. What we know now is that Kim is asking for joint legal and physical custody of the couple's 4 kids. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ that Kanye is fine with the joint custody agreement. And they were also told that both Kim and Kanye are, of course, as we mentioned earlier, committed to co parenting together. So, family is so important to
Yeah.
Kim. She has really, really made that clear so many times in so many different ways. So, with all that being said, I have to say a divorce is always sad, but this is great news.
Yeah, I mean, it's not often that marriages do end this way. So it's great to see that there isn't going to be like this huge legal battle over two of the most powerful people in our country, honestly, the most famous, the most wealthy. That we're not going to see this huge legal battle over custody, and they both want to keep life as normal as possible for their kids. I think it can also be said they've always seemed to really value family, so I love that they're seeing eye to eye, at least right now, as far as co parenting and moving forward, creating some normalcy.
Absolutely. Also, according to TMZ, you guys, there is a prenup, and sources say neither party is contesting it. And reportedly, they're actually already far along in reaching a property settlement agreement. And honestly, I don't find this to be too surprising. I don't know if you guys remember back in January, multiple sources confirmed to People magazine that Kim had been working with the high profile divorce attorney Laura Wasser. She's handled a lot of Hollywood splits. So we knew that Kim had hired her back in January. To me, that kind of sent a signal then. I mean, this isn't something I picked up on. We all kind of did, that they were heading for divorce. But after everything they've been through, I think it's really great to sort of get that confirmation that this is really playing out behind closed doors and they're not going to have a messy public divorce. They've got the prenup worked out. They've already said that they're agreeing on the custody agreement, and property settlement, is far along, whatever that means. But right, it's nice to know that they're not going to be having those really horrific battles that some celebrities have had to go through in the public eye.
Yeah, and I mean, there's no doubt we've seen messy divorces. I feel like the Brad and Angelina divorce has been going on for forever, and I still sometimes get news updates about someone did something and they're restarting their custody battle, or I don't know the ins and outs. But it's not often, like I said earlier, that we see marriages come to an end and it's kind of peaceful, or at least they are doing a really good job at keeping it from the public eye, which has got to be nice after years and years of all of their dirty laundry being made known to the entire world because of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. So I do love that they finally are at a point where they can deal with the family matter and it stay within the family. So right now, as far as we know, it seems really clean. It's not a messy battle. They're just very on the same page. I love that. And I hope that it remains that way. I hope that's really what's going on. Either way, it's such a sad thing to see a marriage come to an end, a long partnership, but I think that they both have come to the decision that it's just what's best for them moving forward.
Yeah, and I mean, this is Kim's third divorce, right? So she followed her
Yeah.
heart. She took this leap with Kanye, and I just feel like it is so heartbreaking whenever a couple splits. But to hear that at least what they're putting out there right now is that this isn't going to add on that extra layer of heartache after everything they've been through as a couple, after everything, romantically she's been through personally. that does bring me some peace of mind as someone who honestly is like having a renaissance with Kim Kardashian. I am so
Yeah.
impressed with her, so obsessed with all of the like legal career she's pursuing, the social justice work. So I just want her to be happy. Let's go ahead and take a look at how people have been reacting to the news, what people are saying on Twitter. I hope we have some fun messages from people in the chat. If you guys haven't sent us any questions, comments you have, send them our way because we're going to try to get to as many as we can right now. We always love hearing from you guys and your hot takes on all the latest news. Let's see if we have any ready to go. Okay. B. Bean says, any chance they will reconcile? Honestly, I don't even think I am beginning to be qualified enough to answer this question. I have to say, I think there's a lot of love there. I really do think that in a way they were like soulmate status love, right? When they found each other. And we do know that Kanye's been going through a lot right now. So could I see a world down the line where maybe Kanye's taken some time and refound himself and their goals align a little bit more and their lifestyles align a little bit more? Sure, of course. But I feel like as we've been talking about, this has kind of been a long time coming. So the fact that they've
Mm-hmm.
actually taken this formal of a step, I don't know. The door might be closed. We'll have to see.
Okay, this Twitter user says it's heartbreaking. Yes, it is heartbreaking. Like I said earlier, it's sad to see two marriages or a marriage, a partnership fall apart and two people go their separate ways. But I think if we want to look at it with more of a glass half full perspective, it's an opportunity for both of them to grow outside of that narrative, for them to become more of their own person, to heal internally, and it's just another step in a different direction. It may not be what we all hoped for because we all want to see a happily ever after, but it doesn't necessarily mean anything bad. You know, something coming to a close, it really just means that there's another chapter looking forward. So, staying positive for Kim.
Absolutely. Yes, I love that. It is. It's really the start of another chapter. Let's see. Landed a rover on Mars, complete with a helicopter on board, but the headlines, Harry and Meghan and Kim Kardashian. Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys, another huge bit of couple news today. Harry and Meghan are not going to be returning to their senior duties as royal family members, which we could do a whole other live about because I love them. But yes, topic at hand, Kim Kardashian. I know we landed on Mars, but Kim and Kanye are definitely Hollywood royalty. This is how Twitter works, you guys. Let's see if we've got any other messages. All right.
Let's see. This was seen for a long time, no surprise. Again, I honestly wasn't that surprised when I first found out that they were even separated. I feel like we've seen them kind of go through these obstacles. It's been very public. So I wasn't surprised that they ultimately came to an end. But again, trying to stay optimistic for Kimmy and Kanye too. It's just, the close of a chapter and opening another.
Totally. All right, this Twitter user wrote, so I guess this means that Kim Kardashian will never be first lady. Sigh. You know what? I have to
Bummer.
say, I'm not even that sad about that though, because when Kanye was running for president, I was very stressed. And as much as I love Kim, I don't necessarily need her to be my first lady. I need
Yeah.
real politicians, not Kanye West in there, and whoever first lady accompanies them.
DM tweeted, thought, the divorce is probably best for the children. It kind of went out of control last summer. I mean, it's sad, but better for everyone involved. I can definitely see a point there. We don't know the ins and outs. We don't know how messy things got, but there were some very messy things that were made public to us, and that would be a challenging situation for anybody, especially when there's children involved. So I agree, it could be the best thing for them. They put in what, 7 years of hard work into their marriage trying to make it work, even though it definitely came with its fair share of obstacles. So yeah, it probably is the best for not just the children, but also Kim and Kanye moving forward.
All right. This Twitter user put 7-year itch. I don't know. Yes, I totally see what you're saying, but I don't think it has to do with like things going stale, or like needing a new adventure. I really think that it has been kind of an uphill battle for a while for them. So I just hope this next chapter is kind of just calm and laid back
Yeah.
for everyone involved.
Yeah. Can't wait to see this play out on the show. Not surprised, honestly. Do we think we'll see it on the show? See, I thought they stopped filming for Keeping Up with the Kardashians, or are they still filming? I don't know. I mean, we may see some parts that kind of showcase a little bit of what's going on, but I don't know if we'll see a lot of this on the show. Maybe. I kind
Well,
of
I
honestly,
I
for their
can
sake, hope we don't.
Yeah, and I mean, I can say right now, like they wrapped their last season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians as we know it already. So
Hmm.
obviously, we don't know all the ins and outs of the timeline. Maybe we saw some of the leading up to the divorce, but
Hmm.
unless they've already started filming whatever this next reality series is going to be for Hulu, I don't know that we'll be seeing like anything along the lines of Kim, filing papers at the courthouse. But I'm sure, as
Yeah.
always, the family will continue to keep it real to the point of being comfortable. Honestly, though, I would be okay with not seeing any of it. Right? Like we feel
Me too.
sometimes I feel like we're so entitled to getting
Yeah.
everything from this family. Certain things
Yeah.
maybe they just want to keep for themselves. All right. Well, you guys, that is all of the comments we had time for today. But if we did not get to your question or your comment, please go ahead and leave it for us just in the regular comment section of this video. We will go check it out, try to get to as many of them as we can. We definitely want to know your thoughts on all of this, your reactions. Are you shocked? Are you sad? Let us know. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell because we will keep you updated as this story continues to develop. As always, I'm your host, Fiona Zaring. I was joined by the wonderful Mariah Davis. If you want to come say hi, you can check us out on our socials. Thank you all so much for watching.